Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. It is a rainy, gloomy day. I'm feeling a little low, so I thought, why not put on some makeup? It's been 2 days since I even washed my face. Yeah, it's one of those days, you guys. Yeah, and I thought I'll make myself a cup of coffee, but then I got too lazy, so I got a little bit of juice in a coffee cup. Why not? So I'm having the Minute Maid guava juice and I mixed in a little bit of soda into it to cut the sweetness and I love it. So refreshing. And I thought, guys, why not come and chit chat here with my friends here on my YouTube channel? There is this one thing that has been weighing on my chest for quite some time, and I've been putting away talking about this subject because I really didn't know what is the right approach. But then I thought today I'll just sit down and just put it all out there, just be random, like I do my random rants, because eventually I've noticed that you guys get me anyways. So in today's video, as the YouTube granny of India, I feel like I have a lot of advice I want to give to upcoming influencers and upcoming YouTubers. So there are a lot of advice, there are a lot of what's the word, like, stop doing that. There are a little bit of those as well. I've made a bunch of random points over here on my phone, guys. There are 13 points here. They're just so random. I don't know how many times I said random, take a shot. Every time I said the word random. But I'm just gonna go through them and just elaborate on whatever I feel like, you know. Where am I? I'm not fully there. Anyways, let's get started. And before that, if this is the very first time you're seeing this face, hello, I am Jovita and I've been on YouTube probably for about 8 years. Seriously, as a job, probably for 3-4 years, but I've been here, guys, way before most of your favorite YouTubers, okay? So I've seen the channel go from this to this to this to this. I've seen trends come and go. I've seen people come and go. I've seen a lot here on this platform. So gathering all of my granny knowledge and information, let me give you some of what I want to say. So the very first thing I want to tell our influencers these days is, please stop buying followers, stop buying likes, stop it, These days, guys, you can buy followers, likes, views, comments, you can buy everything, and it's so cheap, it's so easily accessible. If you have like 10 followers on Instagram, I'm sure somebody has come up in your DM asking, do you want to buy followers? That's how easy it is to buy followers. Now, from your standpoint as an influencer, I honestly don't think it's very helpful. There are people who it has helped, I'm not gonna lie. There are very, very highly influential influencers of today that has bought followers in the past. We're not gonna lie. But I still feel like it's not gonna help you a lot, because at the end of the day, the real engagement on your platform is not gonna be there if you buy followers. So when you are talking to a brand for sponsorships or deals, they will ask for engagement. They will calculate, the percentage of people who are engaging with you, the real numbers, how many people are gonna buy their products if you suggest it. So when you have a bunch of bots on your page, you're not gonna get engagement. So you might have a push, but at the end of the day, it's not going to take you too far. It's just not going to help. And the second side to it is, if there are 10 new influencers who are starting their page today, 8 of them decide to buy followers, say 10,000. So that is giving them an unfair leverage in front of the other 2 genuine followers who are working really hard and putting out genuine content and creative content. So these 8 people are going to go ahead, have a head start with 10,000 fake followers, and it's just, I feel like the righteous value is just not there. But I know people are not all righteous. There are people who cheat, there are people who buy, but I feel like just be real, be genuine. Like I've been on this platform for such a long time. I feel like if I was fake, I would have burnt out at some point, So the second thing I want to talk about is stop promoting unethical products. So once again, when it comes to making money, if you've got like 10,000 followers, 15,000 followers, a lot of brands start approaching you, guys. Whitening products, vaginal lightening products, like slimming products, like those detox teas and stuff. Truth be told, I have done a video on the detox tea as well, like maybe 5-6 years ago, because I honestly was not as informed as I am today. Stop promoting products that you don't know information about. These are mistakes I've made myself as well, so clearly. Stop promoting products that you don't have information about. Stop promoting products that are unethical. Stop promoting products that are degrading the value, the worth of our society. When you have a platform, remember you have a voice. Use that voice to create a change, a positive change, to provide pure entertainment. It doesn't always have to be educational. It doesn't always have to be information. It can be pure entertainment. But if you're gonna promote a product, make sure that it's a good product. It's something you've used on yourself. It's something that you truly believe in, because when a viewer sees you and believes in you and places their trust in you and spends their hard-earned cash on something that you are promoting, you have the responsibility of that person's money, of that person's skin. If something goes wrong when this person is going to ingest a tablet, like a whitening tablet, or apply a cream, and something goes wrong, that responsibility at the end of the day comes on you. A lot of the times upcoming influencers don't think that people are actually buying. They don't really equate the reality in their mind. Brands come, offer them money, they do it. They don't think that, actual people are watching it, actual people are buying it, and actual people are going to use it. So I feel like it's very, very important to be responsible. If you decide to put your face on the platform and decide to promote stuff, I think it's very, very important that you have to also take it with responsibility. So the third thing I have written down is be responsible to your viewers, that I've already touched on in my point number 2. Let's go to point number 4. Stop worrying about numbers. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. So there was a time when I was obsessed with numbers as well. It takes away the peace. It takes away the fun. It takes away your sleep at night. You're always wondering, why am I not growing? You're always comparing yourself with your peers. You're always wondering, what is that person got that I don't have? You are always constantly devaluing yourself, doubting yourself, complaining. It's such a lot of negative toxicity that you create for yourself if you are always worried about numbers. A few years ago, I just stopped worrying about the numbers, and the amount of peace I've received from myself. I told myself, I'm doing genuine work, I'm doing good work, I'm doing the best I can. At any given point, I'm doing the best I can, and that's all that matters. I am making a change in the industry when it comes to fairness products. I'm making a change, I know, in your lives, because you guys pour in all the love and support in your DMs and tell me that I actually change your life. So for me, more important than numbers today is how I have impacted the lives of so many, many of you. So I also feel like, once you step away from like the numbers and the views, I need to be number one, I need to be top in the game, I need to earn so much money, I need to do this and this and this. If you get yourself out of that and just focus on, I'm having fun with this. I have a purpose here. I have a reason, a core value, and that is why I'm here. I feel like that changes the game for you, and it gives you so much peace and happiness in doing what you do. And when you think about it, YouTube is a community. It is a community platform. When you as a creator does something positively, it is going to influence your peers. When you as a person stay away from buying followers, likes, and start putting genuine content and start promoting only good brands, your peers are also kind of gonna get influenced with it. So you are going to create, in your own way, a nicer community. Like, we all have influence, not just with our viewers, we also have influence with other influencers. So, yeah. Number 5, stop worrying about the tech. I know there are a lot of schools of thought for this. I know that. But let me tell you that for the longest time, guys, again, I have to tell you that I've been on the platform for 8-9 years. I started with a handycam, my dad's old handycam. I kept it on a couple of books and I shot myself. It is not until maybe 3 years ago that I bought my first set of lights. And even though I didn't buy those fancy studio lights, I still found a way to do my own DIY-ness. The ring light, the very first ring light that I used was a DIY. And I bought a mic just maybe 2 years ago. And I'm someone who's been doing YouTube for such a long time, mind you, So tech is important, as in quality of your work is important. Don't obviously have a shaky camera. These days everybody has amazing phone cameras. You just need a nice tripod that can hold your phone and place it on a nice well-lit area and shoot yourself. You don't need anything else. Obviously make sure that your background is not cluttered and ugly, have some aesthetics. So what I'm saying is, don't just put anything out there. Be mindful about the aesthetics and the quality of your video, but don't spend so much time worrying about the grade of your technology. I still don't have the highest quality of camera or anything, but it works, guys. You guys enjoy watching my video, it's fine. And the light I'm using right now is something that my brother made for me. Like right now what I'm using, I don't have those box lights, I don't have the studio lights, I don't have the umbrella lights, I don't have a ring light. It's like a YouTube starter pack. Like, you need to have a ring light. You need to have soft boxes to create a video. For the last 1 year, I've been just using a little DIY setup that my brother made for me, because I did not think that I will be getting stuck here in India for so long. So, my brother just made a temporary setup, and that is what I've been using. So make do with what you can. You don't have to always worry about tech. If you can't afford it at the moment, you don't have to afford it. You can use window light, so be creative. And yeah. Cheers. Number 6, what I've written is pay more attention to content. I think once again I have touched on this point in my previous point, but when I say pay more attention to content, I mean give good content. Let it be good entertainment, let it be a good piece of information, let it be something humorous, let it be something that can uplift someone. Maybe it is music, maybe your thing is comedy and skit, but let it be good content. I also have seen a lot of people blatantly copy one another. I think that is just so wrong. Because somebody else has put in their effort and time and energy to come up with a concept, write down, the points and stuff. And when somebody else just easily just copies it, and then they end up getting more views and likes and, appreciation for that work, it is very, very unfair to the original creator. So don't blatantly copy anybody's work. I think that's just wrong, and I feel like that won't take you very far. But I'm also a very righteous person, so take all of my advice knowing that I'm this kind of a person. But it is completely okay to be inspired, because it is impossible to come up with something that is 100% authentic and original and untapped in today's world, because everything is on YouTube. You want to see a cat poop? It's already on YouTube. You want to see somebody wash their hair? You want to see somebody take a shower? It's already on YouTube. So inspiration is okay, but don't blatantly copy anybody's work. When you put out a video, ask yourself, do you want to watch that? If you yourself are going to get bored while watching your video, while editing your video, why will somebody else watch it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Make sure it is something that enriches that person's 5-10 minutes in whatever way, and make sure it's original. Yeah. The next thing I've written is give credit if you are inspired by someone else's content. It's very self-explanatory. So there are so many trends that goes on. I remember this time 2 years ago when I used to do the half and half face thing. It started with half face French and half face American, and then I did the half face Indian and half face Arabic, and those videos went viral, guys. It just completely went viral, and so many creators around the globe started doing that, including huge American YouTubers with millions of followers. So many creators, but nobody gave me credit. Like, how that affected me is I stayed there. Just a few people who watched my videos, and that was it. But these creators, because they were already at 1 million standpoint, they ended up being on the covers of magazines. They were featured by huge magazines like Vogue and newspapers. And they took 100% credit for these videos. I think that is very, very unfair, because at the end of the day, it was me who created that whole series. I had a whole series. I think I put out about 6 or 7 videos. I used to do these massive researches. I had Bangladesh makeup versus Nigerian makeup. I had Japanese makeup versus Russian makeup. The amount of research I used to do for those videos, and these creators who copied that idea just ended up making it more commercial. It was more like a 90s makeup with a winged eyeliner, or things that I feel like would garner more hits, more views anyways. And I was more into the art of it, But at the end of the day, I was demotivated because I didn't get the credit, I didn't get the appreciation I felt I deserved, and I stopped doing it, So that's what happens when you don't give credit to creators. It's like you really, really demotivate someone and you really hurt someone. I don't think anybody should do that. So it's okay, if it's not your original idea, but I feel it shows a lot of value of yours if you choose to give credit to someone else. If you're putting out a video and you're like, hey, I got this idea from so and so, now let's get into my version of this video. Yeah. So the next point I have written is work hard, don't give up. It may seem difficult, but you will make it. So every single day, you guys, there are new people getting into the whole, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be an Instagrammer, I want to be an influencer thing, This whole influencer thing is so oversaturated, and it was oversaturated 2 years ago. And the whole ride has become more difficult because people are so competitive. They are buying followers, buying likes, buying views, and you are just left there thinking, what am I doing over here? So I feel like, take that stress away. If you feel like you're creating genuine content and if you feel like you are doing a good job, you work on yourself, you keep working hard, you network. Networking is very, very important. Get in touch with people of similar strength, try to collaborate with them, cross promote each other. The amount of DMs I get from girls who are so disappointed and who are on the verge of giving up or who have already given up is alarmingly high. They're like, Jovi, I've been on this for 1 year and I've not received anything. But keep at it. If you feel you're made for it. Some people, I'm going to give you the hard truth. This is going to hurt a little bit. Some people are not made for it. Some people just don't have what it takes. Okay? So you have to assess yourself. You be hard on yourself. You ask yourself, am I made for this? Can I do this? If you think you can, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. You keep working hard. You keep striving to get to your goal. That's what you do. Okay? Again, that reminded me of another story. When I started, there was nothing like a YouTuber, right? In India, it was unheard of. I remember there were a few friends of mine who used to tease me so much. They used to mock me. They used to make fun of me. They were like, oh, Mr. Jovita. Mr. Jovita. What is Mr. Jovita? I was embarrassed. I was like, oh, again, who was talking about like DIY hair oil and stuff back then? So I was embarrassed. I stopped sharing my videos on Facebook and stuff, but I quietly continued to do what I did. I did not let anyone pull me down. And I feel like I'm in a happy place today, because I did not let anyone pull me down. Oh, all right. This is a good one. So the next thing I have written is don't resort to cheap tricks and tactics for a quick gain in numbers. So I think in my ramble, I've already touched on what I mean by this. Cheap tricks and tactics is also like, I've also noticed there is this huge trend of drama on YouTube. Guys, our Indian community did not have this drama channels and drama and all that, but a lot of you guys have brought to my attention that the Tamil and Malayalam YouTubers are getting into a lot of drama. They are dragging each other down. Like, why will you put out a video dragging out your peer? You guys are supposed to be a team, I find my people, Shreya, Shweta, Sherry, in all of these, I feel like all of these girls are my team. I will never put them down. Even if a YouTuber in the beauty space does something that I disagree with, I will never name and shame them. Never. Because have some respect for each other, you guys. You guys are peers, So, of course, anything that's got a negative touch to it, anything that's a dramatic, anything that's gonna pull people down, that's gonna get views. People want to watch that. That's just the nature of people. They want to see drama. So these girls, I feel like they saw, okay, one video someone made pulling down some other YouTuber. She got shit tons of views. And then it just became like a whole back and forth thing, this person doing this person doing this. So these kind of cheap tricks, cheap tactics to gain a few numbers, that will not sustain, because at the end of the day, you'll have to keep that number, you'll have to keep that audience stuck to your count by giving them similar kind of videos. They will click on unsubscribe at some point when they realize that, oh, that was just a one-off video, there is nothing interesting over here. So this is not a number that you can sustain. Like, one viral video is not really something that you can sustain. The next thing I've written is be genuine. I've already spoken about that. All right, so number 11 is something very important, guys. It is don't do barter work. So if you've hit 10,000 followers, 15,000 followers, you are eligible to do sponsored work as per YouTube. This is just a random number because, once again, it's been years since I was at that number, and I worked, I think, 4 or 5 years on YouTube without getting a single payment from YouTube or sponsors. I did not get any sponsorship for about 4 or 5 years. And everybody, it just makes me laugh when I see all of these new people who are on YouTube in such a rush to start minting that money, like 4 or 5 years, guys. My first YouTube paycheck came in, I think, 4 years later. My first sponsorship came in, I think, 5 years later. 5 years. So obviously I'm not asking you to slog for that long without any benefits, because life is very, very different today. Back in the day, I've heard Shreya speak about this many, many times. We did it because we enjoyed doing it. It was not a hobby. I wouldn't call YouTube a hobby. It was work. It was a passionate work, but we did it because we enjoyed it. It was not because there was a monetary gain at that point. So now coming back to barter work now, when one person does barter work, you are giving that power to the brand to approach another person saying, but hey, so-and-so with more followers than you is doing work for free. Who do you think you are? Like, these brands, they have such a cheap way of putting you down to get you to work for free. But they say things like, who do you think you are? What makes you think you are worth so-and-so amount, So if one person starts that trend of doing work for free just to get a free lipstick, a free shampoo, you guys, it's not worth it, Because you are putting out your hard-earned effort, your work. You have invested in a camera, your lights, if you have, your background, your editing software, your time. So why will you give work for free? Even if it is a small amount, start with a small amount, but make sure that you get your value for what you give. Do not do barter work. Don't let any brand take you for granted and take you for a ride. Don't do that. Are you going to go to an IT firm and sit there and work for 9 to 5 and never take a paycheck and just not ever complain and just keep working and working? And no, work is for money. It's not that difficult to understand, Point number 12 is stop fighting with each other. I think I've already covered that. I told you this is going to be rambly, this is going to be random. But yeah, I've already mentioned that stop fighting with each other thing. Remember, you guys are a team, especially people of similar strengths, similar numbers, and people in similar genre, people who started at the same time. I still keep in touch with girls who I started with. It doesn't matter where they are, if they are continuing, what they are doing. For me, that bond that I created about 7-8 years ago is very, very important for me, I think that's a happier, more peaceful approach to life anyways. And finally, number 13, what I have jotted down in my little notes right here is, don't let an agency or brand sit on top of your head. I already mentioned this to you, but I also want to reiterate that don't let anyone discredit you. Don't let anyone talk down on you. It doesn't matter if you have just 1,000 followers, but you are a human being at the end of the day. Don't let anyone tell you that you are less than, you are small, you are not worth it. Don't. There is also a fear, when it comes to new creators. I know that. I've been through that. So if I don't listen to or put up with the hassles that this particular agency is giving me, what if I never get another work again? What if these guys mess with my work? But let me tell you one thing. If you do good work, my dear, this particular agency might not come back to you, but there are about 100 different agencies in India alone. So you don't need just one agency, and these brands don't just go to one agency, One single brand branches out into 4 or 5 agencies. So you can still work with that particular brand with another agency. So don't let one particular agency put you down or devalue you. ever. If anyone talks badly to you, rudely to you, just tell them straight up on their face, excuse me, do not talk to me like that. If any agency refuses to pay you for your work, take it up with the brand, get on their Instagram DMs, send an email to their customer care, get to the brand and tell them, listen, I worked with this particular agency, they are creating a problem, they are not giving me my money. So don't let anyone take you for a ride, don't let anyone sit on top of your head, don't let anyone devalue you, okay? So that is all I have for today, you guys. I hope you found this rambly video helpful. If you want a part 2, if you have specific questions about how to go about being an influencer, a YouTuber, an Instagrammer, maybe we can do a part 2. Give this video a thumbs up so I know that you are interested in something like this. And yeah, I shall do it. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, guys. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I, for one, I'm feeling definitely much better after talking to you guys. I'm also done with my juice here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving that thumbs up button a smash. I love you so much. And I shall see you on my Instagram. I love you. Mwah!